Hey, it's me. New setup. I found a lighting source that I think will work for the videos, and that's why I'm not wearing my glasses, is because the light's really good, but it makes this insane glare that's very distracting on my glasses. So I won't be wearing my glasses for a couple of videos. We'll see how that works. It looks weird, I know. But anyways, I'm back to vlogging again. Hopefully my Renaissance Fair video will be up before this, but in case you didn't see in the last video, I had some trouble with YouTube last Tuesday. To me it's last Tuesday, to you guys it's like 2 Tuesdays ago. I went to upload a video I had done for my 300 subscriber special. It was me doing this cool mermaid makeup and I was talking the whole time, and YouTube decided it was too big to upload because it was a 45-minute long video. So that didn't happen, unfortunately. But hopefully the video before this was awesome. Yay, future me. Let's hope that turned out well. But anyway, I'm back now with vlogging again. And I have the unicorn onesie back, finally. I completely forgot about this thing and I found it buried in my closet and I was like, oh, it's my onesie. So now, onto the vlogging. So I've talked a lot on this channel about, well, in the beginning I talked a lot about cosplay and good cosplay, bad cosplay, experiences I had with cosplay, lots of cosplay stuff, and I haven't talked about it in a while, and I'm not gonna do my typical thing that I usually do where it's like, oh, cosplay is amazing, you should do this, you should do that. I'm gonna talk about one of the things you shouldn't do when cosplaying, and I'm not talking about convention rules or anything, I'm talking about cosplay groups. And I'll explain what I mean by this. So when I first started cosplaying back in, I don't know, 2012, 2013, I saw cosplay groups everywhere. Cosplay groups were a really big thing a couple years ago. It was groups of friends that would get together and they would do groups of characters from the same show and the same video game, same anime, and they would be pretty popular. Well, if you notice nowadays, there's not a whole lot of cosplay groups around unless, you know, it's new people, like new friends to cosplay, and they'll do it sometimes, and then they usually don't last longer than a year or two. And I'm here to tell you why, and why you should probably avoid trying to make cosplay groups with your friends. Now, am I saying that group cosplay is a bad thing? No, not at all. Group cosplays are a lot of fun. I've done many group cosplays that I loved. I've done them with friends, I've done them with family, I've done them with strangers. It's a lot of fun. Now, I'm talking about the people that make cosplay groups of friends specifically for cosplaying more than one thing. Like, for instance, a group of friends and I, long time ago, I met this friend, she was in cosplay, she got me into cosplaying, turns out she was part of a cosplay group, and they had like a title and a name and a Facebook page and a Tumblr and everything, and they had a YouTube channel and they wanted to be, cosplay famous YouTube group thing, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I want in on this, this will be fun. So I joined in, and at first it was fun. We did a couple groups I liked, we did, I can't remember all we did. We did Pandora Hearts, we did Kingdom Hearts, a lot of hearts. But then things kind of got off. You see, when you make a cosplay group, there's gonna be central people and there's gonna be edge people. Now, the central people are the ones that know each other. All of them know each other. And then the edge people are kind of people that know one person, or maybe two. But for us, we were all kind of edge groups, so we all knew these two girls that were at the main center. And the one main girl, she decided everything, basically. Without knowing it, she decided who we would all cosplay. There was other people, they wanted to do Vocaloid groups, they wanted to do groups from other animes, but she decided what we did, and she decided who we were. And without really knowing it, she kind of ran the whole group. And, you know, not to say she was bossy or anything, but she just kind of ran it because we all kind of were connected through her. We weren't connected to each other. So, needless to say, things kind of got a little bit dramatic when people didn't want to cosplay their characters. People wanted to cosplay something else, and then they didn't want to do the groups, and things just didn't quite start to go well. And eventually, if you didn't like what she liked, then you kind of got pushed out of the group and replaced with somebody else that did like it. And they were the new member. And then they lasted for as long as her thing lasted, and the second she was done with it, she was done with them. And that's just kind of how things cycled through, unfortunately. Now, am I saying she was like this horrible person or anything? No, but she was a bit oblivious to what she was doing. And I'll admit, I did that too. I played along, and then, you know, anybody who didn't want to cosplay the group, I was like, okay, well, you're not going to cosplay with us then. And then I kind of realized as time went on, I was like, oh, I'm not really into this. I don't want to cosplay this. I don't really want to do this character. Why am I here doing this? And, you know, eventually people drifted apart. That cosplay group no longer exists. And now that we no longer exists, you know, we have this YouTube channel that's up and empty and dead, and there was a Tumblr that I was running for a while for us that's now dead, and a Facebook page that I was running that was now dead. Awkward, I know. So you're probably saying to yourself, Abby, you know, just because you had a bad experience with a cosplay group doesn't mean all cosplay groups are bad. Well, I got into cosplay because of this group. I can't remember what they were called. It's like Mango Theater or something like that. But it consisted of Mango Siren, Courtoon, what's her name? Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. Another cosplayer that I really loved. And they all inspired me to do cosplay because of their cosplay group videos on YouTube and stuff, and they were really cool. And then eventually their group kind of broke up and they each decided to make their own individual online personalities, which is fine. I follow almost all of them, and they still do groups every once in a while, but they don't function as one whole group constantly, or at least they don't try to. Occasionally, yes, they'll do a group cosplay and those are fun. But when you try and take your whole group and you're like, okay, we are a cosplay group. If you're gonna cosplay something, we all have to cosplay it. It's not a whole lot of fun then. If that way, you know, then if somebody starts to deviate from the group, then it's like, oh, okay, well then they're not part of the group anymore. And it becomes a clique mentality. So honestly, don't try and make a whole cosplay group with your friends for internet fame purposes. Cosplay groups for like a convention, one or two times here and there, you know, just for the heck of it, sure, have fun with it. But don't force your friends to cosplay things you don't want. I guess the same thing could also kind of be said for people that you make friends with only because of cosplay. Now, am I saying making friends through cosplay is bad? No, you can make amazing friends through cosplay and then eventually become friends over other things as well. But when you first start off with just cosplay, then it's kind of like, okay, so I'm cosplaying something different now and you're cosplaying something different now. What do we have to talk about? What do we do with ourselves? So, I mean, that could just be my experience because that happened once or twice, maybe 3 times, only a couple times. But, you know, things didn't last because they started cosplaying something else and I wasn't into that. So I was like, okay, well, never mind. So if you're gonna make friends through cosplay, make sure you're friends over something else other than cosplay as well, I suppose. And little PSA here, if you're gonna go as a group to a convention, whether you're cosplaying together or not, don't ditch your friends. You know, it's just kind of rude. I've had that happen to me, I've done it a couple times, and I regretted it later, and it's just not fun if you decide to go with someone, and then you end up just like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm just gonna go here. Now, if you're going to a panel they don't want to go to or something like that, that's whatever. You guys figure that out. But if you're going with the sole intention of ditching your person as soon as you get there, kind of a jerk move, honestly. But with all that negativity aside, you know, that shouldn't stop you from trying to make friends through cosplay and trying to do group cosplays with people. Because, I mean, everybody's different. It could have just been my bad experience, but who knows? There could be more out there, there could be less out there, you never know. So, it was kind of a short video today. Kind of a little topic I had on my brain recently because I'm going to be going to a convention soon, and I just had lots of memories pop up of back in the day when I did a lot more cosplay stuff with friends, and it was fun, but things don't always work out when all your friends over is just cosplay. So with those little words of wisdom, I guess, I will see you all next Tuesday. Bye! That's pretty good. Drawers are open.